Good morning. Good morning. Selena, are you there? Really slow. Selena, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. Good morning. How are you?
Good morning.
Good morning. Sorry, I was having a little technical difficulties this morning, so hopefully this works. Happy Monday.
Happy Monday.
Let's see here. I'll give it like one more minute. I know Devota's supposed to be on, and I don't know where he is. How was everyone's weekend with the long weekend and everything going on? Mr. Devota. So I was just asking how everyone's weekend was with the oh, Selena has bad service. Okay, well, listen in as long as you can. Lillian, did you have a good holiday weekend?
I did, but it went by super quick.
Yeah, me too. It was a busy weekend. My daughter turned 21 yesterday, so needless to say, she's still in her room recovering right now. So that was my weekend, though. It's lots of family, lots of partying, and unfortunately, some drinking went on. Not by me necessarily, but you know, I don't think my daughter's going to drink anymore. I tell you that much.
That's the best way to
Um,
learn.
yeah, yeah, she definitely got her fill. She went out with a cousin last night, and yeah, she came in this morning and she's still asleep. So let's see here. So we got everyone on. Hi B, how are you?
Good morning.
All right, so we're gonna just get started. This might not be a super long meeting, but I do have some updates to kind of share with you. I'm not sure if you guys heard recently the ADRE had went through some legislative changes when it comes to the fingerprint clearance card and became a really big deal. Ultimately, the change said that upon renewal of your license, you would have to make sure that your fingerprint clearance card was renewed as well. Most of us have gotten fingerprint clearance cards once we've been licensed, but then we never look at them again. So the ADRE was in the process of trying to change that. So ADRE statute ARS 322108.01 said that they were going to require all licensees to renew their fingerprint clearance card upon renewal of their license, or they wouldn't be able to renew the license. Well, a lot of the associations were kind of going back and forth with that. So just so we're clear, for now, that is no longer a requirement. So the ADRE is not going to mandate a valid fingerprint clearance card for license renewals unless there's evidence of a criminal record that has not been previously reviewed by the department. My recommendation, though, for all of us is just to make sure that their fingerprint clearance card is up to date. They do that in a way of protecting the public. I mean, if you have a realtor out there or someone that's in the real estate profession and they're working directly with the public and they can't get a fingerprint clearance card, they could be a danger. I mean, not always, but they could be. So this is just an extra level of protection that protects us and protects the public. So my recommendation is just make sure that once a year, just take a look at that fingerprints clearance card, or upon your renewal. That's a great time to do it, as you are actually, renewing your real estate license to also renew that clearance card. So any questions about that? Has anyone even seen that?
Yes, I did. Because I just renewed mine.
Okay. Okay. All right. Well, good. Yeah. So that I'm glad you renewed it, and that just would be my recommendation. But legally, according to the ADRE, you do not have to do that as of now. I still say do it just because it could change, and then all of us that didn't do it will be required to go do it at that time. So just be aware of that. Has anyone tried that raise.com site yet? Am I the only one? So last week I had a buyer consultation. Eric Israel, our newest agent, he went with me to the buyer consultation. It was a great buyer consultation, but I was able to put those buyers in that rise.com app that I put on my phone. And it actually is pretty cool. It tracks the mileage that it took me to get from my house to the appointment. It tracks the time in which I spent with them at the appointment. It allows you to put some notes in there about the conversation you had, about even the type of homes that they're looking for, and ultimately, you know, the things that make them their profile special. I call that, you know, it's personalizing their profile. What type of house, 2-story, single story, how many bedroom, those type of things. But it allows you to have it in all one spot, so that during the course of the transaction, if they needed to see a report of what you're doing to help them as a buyer, you know, you have it all right there. And that conversation, of course, came up about my compensation. And he said, so, you know, the 3% is still normal. So to him, you know, 3% was a normal amount. And that's what I told him that my compensation would be. And I did reiterate that, you know, we are in a buyer's market right now. So, you know, we are asking the sellers to pay that compensation. However, in the case that the seller is not, or they're not comfortable with asking the seller for it, then they would be responsible for that. And at the end of the conversation, they were okay with it. So, but this raise.com is just a way for you to be able to track all your transactions and what you're doing throughout the course of the buyer transaction. So if you haven't used it yet, I recommend that you just log on and try it. It doesn't cost you anything. If you're a member of Phoenix Association, I did find out that if you're a part of WeServe, give me a call, and as the brokerage can get either a discount code or a code for you to use it for free. So I'm working on that as well, the actual free one, but we'll work it out if you want to use it and you're a part of WeServe, because the Phoenix Real Estate Group is also a part of WeServe and the Phoenix Association and the Scottsdale Association. So we can do that. So today I just wanted to kind of talk about what kind of market we're in. I keep pounding this buyer's market because I view it as a huge opportunity. Some people are like, this is crazy, especially if those of us that have listings. It's nuts. The fact that our listings are sitting and the competition of our sellers are crazy. But for the buyers, from the buyer standpoint, this is an opportunity for us. And I think this is the reason why I keep harping on it being a buyer's market. So this weekend, and, you know, needless to say, I was doing a lot of things with the family, but I was also doing some research on how to get buyers in a buyer's market, because all realtors, not all, but most of the realtors are shifting their focus a little bit to try to gain new buyers. The beauty of this, what I saw actually, was that some of the things that I heard that people were doing, we're actually already doing those things. I think we can just kind of hone in on them a little bit, which is awesome. So I'll kind of go through a couple things that I read, and then I want to hear your feedback too, so I can expand on this list and probably send this list out to everyone that's in our brokerage. So how to get buyers in a new market. First time buyer outreach. So I know in the past we did, I know Selena and B and myself, when we were with the other brokerage, we did a buyer workshop where we invited buyers to come to this workshop and we walked them through this entire process. But we had lenders there, we had home inspectors there, we had insurance people there, we had a ton of people that helped, title companies that helped throughout each part of the transaction. We had them there available for these buyers to talk to. I think we got buyers interested. So first time home buyers, let's create an event for them and reach out to them. Partnering with lenders. Some of your lenders have these leads that they buy, and you can partner with them or allow them to purchase leads if you want to make calls and start to call these buyers that might prospect buyers that they might have. Reviving old leads. We have some people that were on the fence a while back. You know, I don't know if I want to buy yet. I had one in particular that wanted to renew a lease last year, and that lease I know is coming due pretty soon. So I'm going to be reaching out to them, but reviving old leads to let them know that buyers have the upper hand right now in the market. Leveraging marketing and builder concessions. I think I've seen B do this. I've seen Brian do this, but they go out to the builders and they do videos at the builders, highlighting the builders' incentives. And they post those on social media to allow their buyers and their sphere to kind of see what the builders are doing. The builders are still offering great incentives out there. And I think buyers need to see that. Because I mean, I have a buyer right now that was kind of on the fence. And then one day he called me and was like, hey, I'm ready to go, because he actually went to the builder and saw the incentive. So that wasn't, fortunately, I ended up getting to work with him still, but it was one of those things is that might be an opportunity for us to really highlight. And I know, Brian, in the past, you said, let's do a new build tour where we all caravan out to the new builds and we can do videos there to kind of highlight what those builders are doing. And so before I go on, is there anything else in that realm? I still have some more, but anyone want to elaborate anything on the ones that we talked about? And that's okay if it's Monday morning and no one can think. I have coffee right here.
I'm getting situated at the house here, so.
Okay. It's okay. All right, so then I'll move on. So the use of scripts. So I am not a big phone guy. I'm not good on the phone. I'm not. And some of us are and some of us are not. Selena is probably one of the best I've ever seen on the phone. She has a way of converting clients and turning them into a casual conversation and ultimately getting appointments from them. That was not me. I tried to use the scripts, and the scripts actually prompt clients to respond to you. So what I've done is I've actually created some text scripts that I text people, and then those same prompts allow people to respond to you. So one of the things that I researched this weekend was the use of scripts to convert. Either you're calling or you're texting, but the purpose of the script ultimately is to get the client to respond to you. And I don't know if you guys know, but I text every day. I think I send at least 20 to 25 text messages per day. And sometimes those texts, they're just like, hey, I haven't heard from you in a while. I want to say hi. And sometimes they're like, hey, the baby is getting big, because of course, social media shows you everything that's going on in their life. So has nothing to do with real estate, but it has everything to do with just being personal. And when you're being personal, they know what you do. And then you get that call back or that text back, the baby is getting bigger and we might need a bigger place because our 1-bedroom apartment is not working anymore. But it had nothing to do with that. Go ahead, Brian.
So we've used scripts for a long time, either at the bank or in real estate world. Sometimes it feels like it's, like it said, it's too scripted. It's not you. It's not how you speak. There's a tool that we use called ChatGPT, and there's a lot of other AI friendly or AI type of tools that you could just put that script in to the app and say, ChatGPT and I have become really good friends. So it knows how I speak and the tone that I speak, but with simple commands, when you copy and paste the script, a buyer consultation script, handling objections, you can say, rewrite this script to sound friendly, but yet professional, add a few jokes. And it'll spit out in 2 seconds a script that may be more like how your conversation is, make you feel a little bit more at ease. Maybe you'll like sending those out more than canned jargon that somebody wrote that, 10 years ago that doesn't fit the way that you like to do business. Yeah. So make it your own, but don't let it hold you back from doing it, because there's tools out there that can help us get over those kind of hesitations.
And that's actually funny that you brought it up right there with the AI, because the next one that I was reading about actually says creating like a deal of the week or social media ad that has, using AI, like it'll help you to kind of determine what people are actually looking for out there. And then it also specifies some areas. So definitely, I'm not the biggest ChatGPT guy, but I do watch, in the office with Brian. I've learned a lot. So if you have questions about that, I would say also reach out to Brian.
Yeah, so half of my brain is turning into ChatGPT, possibly a robot. I've been I've been into this stuff for about 3 years now, and then now it's just taking over. So
Yeah.
I have a lot of websites, a lot of tools, and a lot of things that can help you if you want to restructure the way that you're doing your social media and to make it easier. Just let me know.
Yeah, I think that's awesome. Let's see. We already talked about the educate your buyers. So buyers want to be educated. Educate your buyers by hosting workshops. B, I know you've done a couple buyer workshops out there, and buyers have come, and just more of the education piece. You offer people food and education, and they will show up, especially at the summertime.
We need to do that at our office.
Yeah.
The community around our office really needs that type of information.
Well, let's put something together, because right now it's hot. People want to be indoors.
Mhm.
So you offer them food and education and put them indoors where it's cool, they'll show up.
Yeah.
So we'll work on putting something together, but that's something that you can do. Everyone could be a part of that. It says use Instagram Reels to explain price reductions, rate buy downs, DPA programs, and things like that, because a lot of people don't understand that it doesn't take 20% to put down on a house. A lot of people don't understand that what a rate buy down is. You know, they don't understand the difference between a price reduction and the point or the rate buy down. And if we can provide those educational pieces either via social media or an in-person workshop, I think that would gather more people.
So if you are doing social media content within the last 6 months, the algorithms have changed for Instagram, Reels, TikTok. If you're not using the right meta tags or hashtags, SEO, I can show you how to find the correct ones and have them applied to your videos, or we could even go to your past videos to make sure they can work and actually be seen. So if you're stuck at only getting, if you probably see those Instagram Reels where people are saying, are you stuck at 500 views and can't pass that? There's more videos on how to actually get past 500 views, and I've watched them. So if you have questions about that, I can send you the links.
So I'm going to reiterate getting your mid-year, what do you call it? Mid-year warm-up or makeover with Brian on your marketing. So schedule that appointment with him so that he can help you with those type of things as well. We're in July, still time. And then the last thing they said is just practice. I said practice, practice, and more practice. And then I said, are we talking about practice? You know,
Yeah.
Your buyer presentation.
Practice.
Yeah. You have to practice your buyer presentations. Kind of get to know them. So just recently, I changed my buyer presentation booklet. So Team of Title, thank you, B, for that introduction to Team of Title. Team of Title has an amazing buyer consultation book that actually walks the buyer through the entire process. I remember when we used Magnus Title back in the day, our Keller Williams days, they had one similar to the one that Tima has, which walks a buyer through the process, like from start to finish. I think some of the new ones that I've been using that were given to us by some other title companies are the ones that we created. They didn't have the step-by-step. So I got new ones from Team of Title. They're amazing. And it does walk you through the process, but practice the book. If you're going to use that book, make sure you've looked at it and you've read it so you know what it says as you're going through it with your clients. So
Did you have to pay for those books, and for how much?
I have the digital one. I haven't got anyone in print just yet. I have the digital ones that are amazing.
Sorry, just
Go
to
ahead.
touch base. So your buyer guides and seller guides are actually free, and they're really
Okay.
nice. I actually gave one out to someone, and then I saw her again. She's my massage lady, and she's like, "Thank you so much for that book." She's like, "I was reading through it, and I actually understood everything." And it was a Spanish guide, so they have them in Spanish too.
Yeah.
So
As a helpful tip, I've always kept at least 3 extra ones in the trunk of my car,
Absolutely.
because you're always going to need them, and you're like, well, I might as well hand them a physical book, because it's a small gesture to get more commitment from your potential buyer.
And your picture's all over it, and all your information's all over it. So that's nice too. I thought, like I said, it was one of those things where I actually use the book as a part of my buyer consultation. And lately, the books that I've had to adjust my presentation towards the book, where this one again walks you through the process. So I love it. So again, reach out if you need something like that, but practice the buyer presentation, please. So those are just some items that I found over the weekend to help in a buyer's market to get more buyers. We're not going to talk about listings right now because I know all of us out there are trying to sell houses. And I went and got the St. Joseph's from the office the other day, and I'm going to go bury it in Santan Valley sometime this week. So you'll see that on my social media, me burying in St. Joseph. So
It's gonna work.
yeah,
worked
it is
for
going to
me.
work. It's definitely going to work. So the next topic we have, it's actually great news. And again, I'm going to highlight Mr. Debota for working tirelessly on this new agent boot camp that we have coming out. We actually have been working, well, Brian has been working on it for quite some time now, and we're still perfecting it. But we had an agent boot camp in the past where we created the actual booklet, and we had where you can actually come to the trainings. And then it kind of fizzled because a lot of people weren't coming, and then they weren't actually using any of the things. So Brian has taken the time to not only create a video version to help you walk through it, but he's also created a print version. So this could be for new agents. This can be for existing agents. This could be for agents that aren't even a part of our brokerage. It's just a boot camp that would help them walk through the process of becoming an agent. So I'm going to have Brian just share the first video with you, and this will be rolling out. It'll be a series that we're going to be doing. So Brian, I'll let you take over.
All right. So I'm not on the screen where I can see if you guys are seeing this. Are you seeing me on the first page? Scroll.
Yes.
All right.
Yeah, it says elevate your career.
Yeah. So this is the
Mhm.
PDF version. There is a digital version I can send to you on your phone. The links are live. So this QR code, if it's on paper, obviously you use your camera, but digital, you just click the link. You click right here. It'll take you straight to the video that accompanies that session for the day. So after a quick introduction for about why you would need this kind of training material or how it could help you, you go straight into what's in store for the 7-day session. So things that we've covered in our, workshop Wednesdays, and you're kind of building your business. Earl and I have just summarized it and made it into an activity book with questions and an accompanying AI video that kind of describes what you're going through. And obviously the handbook and the video is just to get you to plant a seed, kind of get your ideas going. What goes along with it is a free workshop Wednesday for us to come together, have something to work off of, talk about it, and kind of network as a group to discuss these type of things. If you were a former KW agent, like most of us, we went through Ignite. Was it Ignite?
Yep.
Yeah. So, but that was 12 days or 2 weeks worth of classes. Through the miracle of AI, I was able to get that 12 days down to this little somewhat 7-day sessions. And you can see it's not too many questions or too many activities that it takes you the whole day. It's just to get you kind of started. So if you go to day 1, you'll see the link here, and I'll just go to YouTube because it doesn't work here. They will go automatically to our YouTube channel, and you'll have so I got to share this so you can see it. So we're on our YouTube channel. Can you see it? Yeah.
Yep.
All right. So these QR links, or when you click it, will take you straight to our playlist here. That's not good. There it is. I don't know if you can see it.
Yeah, is that day 1?
This is the intro.
Okay.
Is it playing?
It's playing, but we can't hear it.
Okay, so let me see. Well, there's 7 days, and I don't know why the audio didn't come through. But even though it's AI, it's our words describing what's going to be done for that day. And 7 days, we are still in the draft session. So if you guys have, hey, I noticed there's a mistake here, or I think you can build on that, let me know. I'd be happy to make corrections or add more to it. But it's a training tool that's designed for new agents or agents that's just trying to revamp where they're going with their business. And it will be available on our website for free. So if you have other agents that are into this kind of training material, it'll be there for them to download, and then obviously join us for our workshop Wednesdays. That's about it.
Awesome. Thank you, Brian. And as mentioned, I think this takes our training to another level. I've watched all 7 days of it, and I'm kind of going through the booklet, and I think it's all very helpful information for, again, new agents and existing agents. So, all right, Lillian, take care. So the only other things I had, and B, you'll be the only one left on the call, so I will email this out. But you were actually next. I was gonna just introduce or let everyone know about your broker open on the 18th.
Yes.
So that everyone can come and support you.
Thank you. Yes, I
So-
hope everybody can make it.
Go
It's
ahead.
going to be a fun event. Oh,
Yeah.
I'm like, can you guys hear me?
Yeah, it
Oh,
looks like it.
oh, okay, good. Oh, no,
Yeah,
so
you're
I hope
going in and
everybody
out,
can
but I
make
can
it.
hear you.
It's going to be from 3 to 6. It's going to be a broker open / content day for agents. So what they're going to do is they're going to take the video that I've already done and repurpose it with agents. They can do like intros and outros. So Francisco with Green Planet Insurance is working on the scripting for it. So he'll have like these flashcards that will say, I don't know, welcome to Buckeye, Arizona, or come and buy your acre property, or, he'll have some scripting so you're not like a deer without a headlights without knowing what to say. And it's all free
Right.
for agents. So it'll be a fun event. And
Well,
I'm
we're gonna
hoping
blast that
that,
out.
yeah, so I'm waiting on Brittany. She should be getting me the marketing this week.
Okay.
So I'm hoping that, it'll give the home more exposure and we can get it under contract soon.
Well, that's
But it'll
awesome.
still be, good to network with other agents as well and kind of find out what's working for them, or, their opinion on the property as well.
Okay. Well, I'm looking forward to that. Like I said, I'm not sure if I'll be in town yet, but if I am, then I'll be there.
Okay, sounds good.
And I think that's all I had. I don't know if you guys heard, but Hannah's listing fell out of contract again for the third time.
No way.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. So I was like, is there something wrong with the house that we don't know about? But she said they're not even getting to inspection.